Also a role model to his two beautiful sons. Ladies and gentlemen, all of you love him. We all love him. He is the brand ambassador of Gillette India and the man who exemplifies the values of inner steel. Please welcome Rahul Dravid. Rahul, always a pleasure to meet you.
Lovely to see you.
He is thorough gentleman, exemplifies inner steel values. He is, actually there's no better fit for Gillette than a man like him. So we'd like to know, to begin with, your thoughts on this initiative.
I think it's a fantastic initiative. I think all of us have that memory. I think every one of us have that memory of growing up and watching our fathers shave, and sort of sneaking in and watching him shave every day, and especially me and my brother, just watching my father shave every day, and just sort of wondering when would we grow up, and when would we get the chance to shave, and then almost seemed like a sort of rite of passage that you sort of, I'm a grown-up man now, I can actually use my father's razor and shave. And he always used, and just use, his razor. So I think it's a fantastic initiative because it recognizes that relationship, it recognizes that bond, it recognizes so many things, about a father-son relationship.
We'll talk about your relationship with your father. We have on previous occasions as well. But Father's Day has just gone by, and what did your sons do for you on Father's Day? What did they do for their dad? And what kind of relationship do you have with your two beautiful sons?
It's a fantastic relationship. I'm learning a lot about. You suddenly feel a lot more responsible about everything you do. I think you suddenly realize that your children are watching you, and your two sons are watching everything you do and everything you say. Even a small thing like driving the car, and whether you stop at a red light, and what things that you do. They watch all your actions, and I think that's something that I've learned from my father, that you sort of watch so much. And he was not about giving big speeches or big lectures. My father was never one for that. But he was someone who I think I could learn a lot from just following what he did, and the way he led his life, and the simplicity with which he led his life, I think was a great lesson for me. So it's just something that I'm conscious of as a father myself, that my children are growing up and they're watching everything that I do.
Well, you've been a role model for so many young boys and men even before you became a father. So was that transition easy? When I'm a dad, well, I've been a role model for lots of young boys, and I've behaved myself.
No,
and
I think it's a lot different because I think when you're, when you're in a public space and you're playing it's a lot more a controlled environment. So you're in control of whatever you're saying and doing a lot more than you are at home. So I think it's a lot more tougher at home. And I think, your children challenge you as well. They will push back and they will challenge you and they will say, why? And my elder son is growing old enough to now question and ask questions. So it is a lot more difficult and it is a lot more challenging, but also, hugely enjoyable and great fun.
Now tell me about, you've always had a very close and warm and a wonderful relationship with your father. What kind of a role model was he to you?
Look, I think just from, even just from a cricketing perspective, my father was a huge role model because, my earliest memories are actually of him, we had a black transistor radio at home and of him actually listening to commentary, whether it was, India playing in the West Indies and listening to Gavaskar score 100 or India playing in England. In those days, my dad would tune on to the radio and he would listen to the commentary and just I would sit with him and listen to him and he would tell me stories, and Sunil Gavaskar was his sort of he was a big fan of Sunil Gavaskar. So he would tell me stories about Gavaskar and what Gavaskar did in '71 and how he's grown up. So I think even from those young days, just that inspiration and the passion for the game is something that I imbibed from him and learned from him. I mean, even when he had leave and he had a weekend off, and if there was even a Ranji Trophy match in Karnataka, my dad would take me to watch Vishwanath and Brijesh Patel play, or Chandrasekhar bowl, or Prasanna bowl. So I have memories of way back as a 5-6-year-old kid going to the KCA Stadium to watch Ranji Trophy matches. So I think I owe a huge debt in that sense to him in terms of just giving me the love and a passion for the game. And I think that's something that sort of came true from him.
That's the super talented R. Ashwin with his dad, Mr. N. Ravichandran, and the dashing duo of Arbaz Khan and his fantastic dad, Mr. Salim Khan. What a lineup. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you 2 seconds to take pictures. What a fantastic lineup of people we have here. Arbaz, first up. अच्छा, पहले आपको पिक्चर लेना है, पर पिक्चर के बहुत मौके मिलने वाले हैं. बहुत मौके मिलने वाले हैं, प्लीज. Right. Okay. Arbaz, your true hero, your guiding light, your role model in every sense.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for being here. Definitely, to answer your question, Mandira, my father has been definitely very inspirational and has been a role model for me. I kind of try to emulate him in every possible way and try to, walk along his footsteps. There are so many things that I've imbibed from him and learned from him, and I wish some of the qualities that he has, I have, and I can pass them on to my son.
Okay, we'll talk about that in just a bit, but Mr. Khan, I would like to ask you, you've always stood for so much. You've been a role model to not just your sons. Before your sons, you've been a role model to so many other people. But when your sons came along, you were a role model to them. How did you inculcate the values that Arbaz is talking about in day-to-day life? How did you practically inculcate values in your sons?
No, the most important thing is that you have to lead from the front. And you have to set
Spoken like a true cricket fan.
Yeah, and you have to lead from the front, and you have to set an example, a very good example. I mean, the most important thing is that I believe, and I firmly believe, that you cannot possibly love anybody whom you don't respect. First, you have to, get that respect from the children for you to, for them to love you. And then when they love you, you can ask them so many things, and they will, obey all those things. And then commitment is the most important thing. I mean, even I used to take my casual commitments very seriously. One day my son Sohail said, whenever I'm interacting with people, those who have worked with you and all that, they genuinely talk very highly about you. And I go, Sohail, it is not difficult, you can also do the same thing. But most of the time you say, Daddy, are you at home? I'm coming for a drink. And you don't come, but you don't even inform me that you are not coming. I said that I take my casual commitment also. If I say I'll meet you tomorrow, I'll go and meet him. Whether it is transaction in money, whether it is a commitment, any kind of a commitment, I take it very seriously. I don't take it casually. And I am very punctual. And most important thing is that tell your children not to lie. The first problem starts from lying. And I have also, in that also, I have set an example. So this is very important.
Thank you. Do you take your casual commitments seriously?
I do, and there's one thing that like I said, he's been an extremely punctual person, and...
Can I tell you, everybody was on time for this event. Everybody.
But there will be something like a tragedy attached to it, like, more often than not, there'll be nobody there to appreciate it, But still, you still have to be on time, because that's something that I'd really learned from him. Even if I have to go out for, like he said, for very casual commitments, I tend to be on time.
I have a incident while he was growing up. He was about 8 years old, so he was interested in cricket and he was interested in singing also. So yeah, I was. So I took him to Khar Gymkhana, and I've got I used to have a lot of friends there, and I introduced them, and I wanted him to be a cricketer. And after a few days practice, and we have kept a singing master also, music master, and he was learning to sing also. One day I was sitting with my drink and he came and said, Daddy, what do you think I should take up as a career? I said, singing or cricket? I said, you should take up cricket. I said, have you seen me batting? I said, no, I have heard you singing.
Nice one. Now, for a dad who actually encouraged his son to get into cricket, before experiences with your dad, unforgettable moments, firsts, maybe.
See, it's actually, good evening to everyone. So when I started even going to school, everything has been first with my dad because I was the only kid in the family, and more than my mom was a working lady. My dad was with the government, was a government employee, so he was able to spare everything for me in the sense he used to take me to school, drop me at school, pick me up back, take me to cricket classes. I mean, including matches, he used to stand right in front of the side screen and watch the game right from the start to the end. So his commitment towards his son, more than making me into anybody, like a cricketer or a student or an engineer or whatever it is, he was very, very particular that I was brought up in the right fashion, with the right values. Like he was just saying, he could never accept me lying. Even if I was, we had a lot of firsts for his saying. I loved to play alongside him in the terrace and on the streets. So he was very, very encouraging of the fact that I could hit the ball. Even if I brought down the neighbors' windows, he was okay with it. He used to go and actually fight with them and say, okay, I'll pay it up. You don't have to shout at my son. So he's a very good dad in terms of giving me freedom, and also he meant that if I'd made any mistakes, he would definitely tell me, he would encourage me to come and tell him the truth rather than actually say, no, I didn't do this and do that. So he was in those ways, he was very, very good, bringing me up ethically right and very disciplined as well.
That's so. Your father's taught you a lot. Like you said, he's been one of the greatest influencers in your life, a great role model. But what would you say would be the greatest life lesson that your father has given you? Something that you will remember for the rest of your life, you'll remember your father for forever.
Well, not a very easy question to answer, because I don't know whether there's any one single aspect that he has, that I've learned from him, that would probably be the most important thing. There are so many elements and so many layers to what he has taught us in life, which if one has to follow, I think there's like honesty is one of them for sure.
Give me the top 5 then. How about the top 5?
Honesty, discipline, hard work. They'd all probably be in the same commitment, and being loyal. Yeah, I think these are the things that I feel are very, very high on his list, and there are many of them. I think most of the things that define a good human being, I think he gives it a lot of priority, and he expects a lot of that to be followed by his kids, and actually not out of any force, more like of him being a role model and seeing it happen and seeing the benefits of that, because he genuinely believes that sometimes there are quick roads to certain things, but take the longer route, it'll probably be the happier way to go. So that's something that there's not a quick fix to anything. He believes in that, and I think that's what we've learned from that. Work hard, and even if it takes time, it'll happen, but don't lose sight of what you want to do.
How wonderful. Mr. Khan, it must feel so nice that your son speaks so highly of you. In fact, Sohail speaks so highly of you as well.
Because I'm standing here.
No, Sohail speaks highly of you even when you're not standing here. But clearly your sons followed in your footsteps. They entered the world of cinema. Now two of them are fathers themselves. How much do you see them as role models for their sons? And how much do they turn to you for advice?
I would never interfere in their lives, because they are grown up now. They understand everything. And, children are as much part of nature as the trees. I mean, you have to protect them. You have to protect them while it is a small tree is there that you have to cover it up and all that.
You have to protect them even when they're big like this.
But once they grow up, you just have to leave them alone. As you cannot plan the growth of a tree, it grows on its own. But only thing is that when I see something wrong, then I will tell them. When I register something, that is the only thing. I have never interfered with their personal life, with their emotional life. and with their married life. I have allowed them, I have never put them while growing up into any pressure that you have to do like this, or you have to come first, or you have to play cricket like this and all that. I believe कि जो इनकी तकदीर में है, जो इनकी destiny में है, वो होगा.
Lovely. Mr. Ravichandran, do the right thing, not take the easy way out, take the high road.
Well, I think when I made the transition from being an actor, to doing something else, if it meant producing a film or directing, I think that was a call I had to take, because it's very difficult to turn around and say that, I didn't make it that successful as an actor, and I think it's about time that I think about something else. So that time I came to my father and I asked him, I said, I don't think my career as an actor is heading anywhere. There's a standard that I want to achieve in my life, and I don't think it's happening in the field that I initially chose. So he asked me, what do you want to do? So I said that anything apart from, acting, because I think I've come to a point where I'm stagnating. I don't think there's going to be a breakthrough and it's going to transform my career. It's like anything, you give even in test cricket, you get maybe 1, 2, 3 test matches or whatever to prove your mettle, and after that you can just be playing cricket and may never get a chance again. So it depends on what you're made of, whether you want to. I didn't have the kind of courage to go ahead. Then I told him, I said, maybe something in the same field, because I love the film world too much, I love cinema too much. I want to do something over here, even if it means producing a film or directing a film. I've had the years of experience. So he says, keep your eyes open. If something excites you, you want to do it, I think that's what you want to do. So I think that was a trying period in my life, because that, if you wanted one example of what happened in my life, and that was quite a turning point, because that decision helped me become...
Worked out quite well for you, I have to say.
Yes, it did. But I had to take that call. Had I kind of pushed and pursued with what I wanted to do, maybe I would have been also ran, and I at least could make a mark now. And now I know which direction I think I should be heading mainly. Not that, if there are any producers and directors around, that I'm not open for any acting roles. I still am, but I'm not concentrating on that anymore, that much.
Okay, let's now get into also what we're here for. Let's talk a little bit about grooming. Now, I'm going to go with you, sir, first, Mr. Ravichandran. I'm going to ask you, do you remember that first shave moment? There's so many batsmen who've had close shaves as far as Ashwin's bowling is concerned. But do you remember Ashwin's first close shave?
Yes.
Not twice, 3 times with 3 sons.
Yes.
Please share these moments with us. We'd love to know.
I started my first shave when I came to Bombay at the age of 23. I never used to regularly shave, but I started shaving regularly when I came to Bombay. And these people, my children, have done everything, every possible thing what I have done. So after that, growing up, like they wanted to play cricket, like they were shaving also. And they used to, bring their girlfriends also at home.
No, don't stop him. Don't stop him.
Girlfriend also at home. So my wife objected to it. My wife objected to it. कि क्या है बच्चे हैं अभी छोटे-छोटे हैं. This is a very young boy, and this is what they are doing. I said, you will tell them not to bring them home. They'll go on the rocks, on the seafront. So it is better that they come in front of you. So these are the things they started, and one of them was shaving. So they also started at the right age.
Was that moment with you? Did it happen with you?
Proudly, he wants to say the 3 things that he taught us. 1 was how to ride a cycle. 2, the love for cinema. And 3, the love for drinks.
last thing I taught them is how to drink. That was the last.
Did you not have a shaving moment together with your dad?
I recollect. Dad used to use those single blades, the Gillette ones, which you got to screw up, which was pretty fancy at that time. And as kids, we are always fascinated by the fact that when we're going to shave, how we're going to do it, because it's not as if the first time you ever thought you're going to do it. Then I think I took Dad's permission, and that's how I think I shaved. I used his razor, I remember. He told me you use my razor but change the blade.
Good, very hygienic.
8 बरस की उम्र तक तो इनके बाद शिव कराता रहा मैं.
Ashwin, do you remember your first
The first shaving moment?
Yes.
I think it's a fantastic moment.
It's that transition
Yeah.
from boyhood to
From
manhood.
boyhood to manhood.
Yeah.
It is a turning point.
Yeah.
One of
But
the
you know,
turning points.
strangely, you want to do the transition from boyhood to manhood, but when you actually shave, you look 4 years younger. You look like a kid, and you're like, why did I shave? You know, for that matter, because the first dialogue that comes from people is that, "अरे तू बच्चा लग रहा है यार, या चिकना लग रहा है," तो, and both you don't want to hear.
Now, as you can see, there are many fathers and sons who are here to be a part. Now, for us to successfully make this record happen, create this record, we have to be very precise. From the moment that the horn is sound, is that correct? Right way of saying it? All of you know exactly what to do. You have to get down to the business of shaving, and we are going to create this record, aren't we? Yes. Only Arbaz says yes. Are we going to create this record or not? Yes. We are. All right. Okay. So, are you all ready? Are we set? Okay. On the count of 3, you can. There you go. Start.
that's not because of my talent. That's also because of the great razors that it's made it so comfortable that now effortlessly you can shave and not worry about nicking yourself. And so the technology has got so much better.
Absolutely.
Fast, quick.
I think he was the first person. I think there's a record in itself over here for being the fastest shaver.
I took time, but you're like you have the fastest 100 and the fastest shave.
Ah, right, okay. But things have really come a long way since that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's right. Give yourselves a really big round of applause. But now we have to know whether we've successfully created this record, which will go into the Limca Book of Records. I'd like some witnesses, the witnesses who've been going around. Yes? Are you a witness? Okay. Bring it down a little bit so everybody's face can be seen. That's because all of you dads here, all of you dads up on stage are role models. We look up to you, we admire you, we respect you, and we thank you for all the values that you've inculcated in us. Thank you. All of you have got your photographs. Ladies and gentlemen, no, we've got some one-on-ones for, yes, I don't know exactly where the... Okay, we're going to do the interactions here itself.
Todo es agua. Todo es
Divya,
todo es agua.
Anurag Dwari, NDTV. Anurag from NDTV.
अच्छा मैं एक किसी को देख के बात करूँगा कौन है वो ठीक है अगर रोल मॉडल की बात की जाए तो सलमान इज वन ऑफ द रोल मॉडल को भी जानते हैं बट who's your role model? Well, my role model has always been my father from my childhood. He's somebody that I've always looked up to. मेरे father बहुत इंस्पिरेशनल हैं मेरी ज़िंदगी में बहुत उन्होंने मैंने उनसे बहुत सीखा है और मैं कोशिश करता हूँ कि मैं उनके फुटस्टेप्स पे कुछ हद तक फॉलो करूँ एंड उनकी जितने भी क्वालिटीज़ हैं वो अपनी ज़िंदगी में कहीं ना कहीं जाके इम्बाइब करूँ। भाई आपका जिक्र किया सुनील साहब ने सोहेल भाई का जिक्र किया सलमान भाई के बारे में कुछ नहीं बताया। अगर आप उनकी शेविंग लाइन के बारे में कुछ याद आता हो घर में की बड़ा कैसे कर रहा है तो छोटे कैसे कर रहा है आपके सवाल का लेवल मालूम है ना सर मुझे तो पता है 1 on 10 में कितने का सवाल है आपको पता है ना उसका फिर भी मैं जवाब दूंगा। ठीक है सलमान तो ऑब्वियसली आप लोगों ने भी देखा होगा कि बहुत कम अपने आप को फेशियल हेयर में पाए जाते हैं। उन्होंने इतने सालों में ज़्यादातर अपने आप को क्लीन शेव ही रखा है एंड आई थिंक ही इज़ वेरी वेल ग्रूम्ड एंड हमेशा वो अपने आप को फिल्मों की वजह से जो रोल्स प्ले करते हैं ही इज़ ऑलवेज बीन वेरी क्लीन शेवन ऑल द टाइम। अभी आपने फेशियल हेयर्स की बात किया सलमान मोस्टली क्लीन लेकिन आने वाले फिल्म टेक में ही विल बी इन अ फ्रेंच वो लुक और what do you want to say about the trailer? Well, I think the trailer of Kick is outstanding. I think मैंने जो ट्रेलर देख के I was blown away. मुझे तो होता है ना कि बहुत जल्दी जो एक प्रेडिक्शन होता है किसी का फिल्म का ट्रेलर देख के हिट होगी कितनी बड़ी हिट होगी मुझे ऐसा लगता है ट्रेलर देख के कि ये सलमान की सबसे बड़ी हिट होगी एंड इंशाल्लाह ईद पे आ रही है और जिस हिसाब से लुक है फिल्म का जिस हिसाब से फिल्म शूट हुई है जिस हिसाब से कैरेक्टर नज़र आ रहा है आई पर्सनली फील कि ये एक धमाका होगा एंड बहुत बड़ा ब्लॉकबस्टर इज अवेटिंग अस लेट्स सी कितना अप्रिशिएट करते हैं लोग बट आई पर्सनली फील कि इट शुड बी अ वेरी बिग हिट। जी मेरी नेक्स्ट फिल्म डॉली की डोली वो इस वक्त शूटिंग चल रही है। जिस हिसाब से उसका काम चल रहा है एंड वी शुड बी डन विद द फिल्म समटाइम दिस ईयर, बट आई एम लुकिंग फॉर अर्ली नेक्स्ट ईयर रिलीज, क्योंकि वो मुझे राइट टाइम और राइट स्पेस लग रहा है। So the film should be sometime slated for a early release, maybe a Feb release sometime, yeah. Because डॉली की डोली में आपने डांस भी करा दिया राजकुमार को। नहीं, अभी तक वो गाना पिक्चराइज नहीं हुआ, बट उसमें देयर इज अ पॉसिबिलिटी कि राजकुमार डांस भी करेंगे। वो किस टाइप का डांस होगा, कैसा होगा वो तो हम फिल्म में ही देखेंगे। बट यस देयर इज एन अपॉर्चुनिटी फॉर राज हु इज नोन फॉर मे बी डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ रोल्स एंड डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ कैरेक्टर्स। इस फिल्म में थोड़ा सा खुल के काम किया उन्होंने, और थोड़ा सा कैरेक्टर भी उनका अलग है, थोड़ा सा लाइट हार्टेड कैरेक्टर है, थोड़ा सा कॉमिक है एंड अच्छा है। इट्स अ वेरी डिफरेंट रोल फ्रॉम व्हाट इज डन। So I'm sure he is also enjoying it, and I think the audience will also like it. क्लीन शेव को कॉम्प्लीमेंट काफ़ी सारे मिलते हैं। बस आपको कोई पर्टिकुलर कॉम्प्लीमेंट जो याद आता हो? वेल आई थिंक ये जब आदमी क्लीन शेव होता है तो सबसे पहले कॉम्प्लीमेंट्स ये आते हैं कि तू बहुत फ्रेश लग रहा है। जनरली यू यार हैंडसम लग रहा है, फ्रेश लग रहा है। क्योंकि अगर आप शेव नहीं करो तो ज़्यादातर लोग बोलते हैं क्या हुआ, कुछ बीमार है क्या, थका हुआ लग रहा है, ऐसा लगता है कि कुछ प्रॉब्लम है। तो उदास क्यों है, दुखी क्यों है। तो आई थिंक शेव करने से फ़र्क पड़ता है। आमतौर पे आप मलाइका के साथ सर आपका भी सवाल 1 on 10 में 1.5 का सवाल है, फिर भी जवाब दूंगा मैं। ये जो इवेंट है यार हर इवेंट में मैं मलाइका के साथ तो नहीं पाया जा सकता, जबकि मलाइका भी जिलेट की काफ़ी उन्होंने एंडोर्समेंट्स किए हैं। ये जो इवेंट है, अगर आपने इस पे गौर किया होगा तो ये फादर एंड सन का इवेंट था। तो मेरे हिसाब से फादर एंड सन के इवेंट के अंदर मलाइका का थोड़ा कम काम मुझे लगता है होना चाहिए, ठीक है ना। और तो वो उसी पे फिलोसफी पे हमने काम किया है। बाकी भी आपने जो 40 लोगों को देखा और लिम्का रिकॉर्ड देखा, वो फादर एंड सन का था। तो मलाइका सॉरी इस बार नहीं आ पाई, लेकिन इस बार मैं अपने फादर के साथ आया, जो एंड मेड इट इनटू अ स्लाइटली डिफरेंट यूनिक एंड स्पेशल इवेंट। क्रिकेट आप एंजॉय करते हैं, लेकिन इन दिनों फुटबॉल का दौर है सर। बिल्कुल हाँ, देखता हूँ, कोशिश करता हूँ कि 9:30 वाला मैच तो देखूँ ही, क्योंकि बहुत लेट हो जाते हैं मैचेस। और फिर मिडनाइट वाला मैच में थक के आधा सोता हुआ आधा जागता हुआ देखता हूँ। और जो 3-4 बजे का जो मैच होता है 3:30 बजे का मैच, वो तो देख ही नहीं पाता हूँ। तो क्योंकि बहुत लेट हो जाता है। अनलेस आगे चल के कोई क्वार्टर फाइनल्स और सेमीफाइनल्स में कोई ऐसे धमाके का मैच होगा तो शायद देखना पड़ेगा। बट आई एम रियली एंजॉयिंग फीफा एंड अच्छा मज़ा आता है। सारे यही इवेंट्स होते हैं जब हम देख के मतलब आई सी फुटबॉल जनरली ड्यूरिंग यूरोपियन कप एंड वर्ल्ड कप। तो ये टाइम पे मैं देखता हूँ फुटबॉल। सबसे ज़्यादा क्लीन शेव एक्टर कौन मुझे सबसे ज़्यादा पसंद? बहुत है सब ज़्यादातर सब क्लीन शेव होते हैं। सलमान इज क्लीन शेव्ड, शाहरुख इज क्लीन शेव, अक्षय इज क्लीन शेव most often. So there are so many actors. Most of the actors well, I would not like to comment on the Preeti and Ness situation because it's a very personal and a private situation which they've taken now to court which they will handle it. It's very difficult के इनके बीच में क्या हुआ है वो तो पुलिस भी फाइंड आउट कर रही है। हमारा तो छोड़ो, हमको तो पता ही नहीं है क्या हुआ तो पुलिस भी लगी हुई उस चक्कर। तो हम कहाँ से कमेंट करेंगे? ना मैंने प्रीति से बात की, ना मैंने नेस से बात की, ना मुझे पता है। It is very wrong for us to comment between what has happened between two adults and two very sensible people and two friends actually, दोनों को हम जानते हैं। तो जो भी हो आई गेस एक इनके बीच में एक किस्म का जो भी है समझौता हो जाए या जो भी एक आंसर निकल आए। बट बाकी हर चीज़ के ऊपर कमेंट एक तो करना ना ही ज़रूरी है और ना ही हो सकता है। तो आई फील के आई थिंक इट इज़ बेस्ट टू लीव इट between them, and जो फैसला होगा और जो इनके बीच में अंडरस्टैंडिंग है वो हमको पता होना चाहिए बस। अभी खाना खाएं।